So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming, here with the first of a brand new series of Fishing Planet videos. Now in this series I plan to go through and catch all of the monster fish that you can in Fishing Planet. Now as I mentioned, this is a brand new series and I am actually brand new to Fishing Planet. I have spent now several hours in game actually getting used to the game, and of course I have actually caught my first monster fish, and that's what this video is going to be all about. Now this video isn't necessarily intended to be a guide, but I will be showing everything I did step by step in the lead up to catching this fish, and showing and talking about the equipment I used as well. So maybe if you are looking to go and catch this fish for yourself, maybe you can pick up something useful from this video, but like I said, it's not necessarily intended to be a guide. But with all that said, let's get into the rest of the video. So to begin with here, I'm just going to scroll through all of these missions until I finally get to the mission for the monster smallmouth buffalo, known as the Mad Eye Buffalo. Now this fish you're going to encounter at Lone Star Lake, the very first lake that you begin at. This is where you'll do the tutorial, and it says to start off with you need to fish out 5 bits of old backlash from the bottom of Lone Star Lake to make your own invisible fishing line that this fish won't be so wary of. This fish is known to be very cautious and to not go near fishing lines, so you need something that it's not going to be able to see. Now, the thing that I found most effective for actually catching this backlash was to actually just use this particular rod, which I'll put the name and setup all on screen for you in a moment, but I just found it was most easy to set it to the fastest reeling speed and actually just drag it in. Now, to start off with, I was trying twitching, I was trying letting it sink to the bottom, but the quickest and most efficient way for me every time was just to cast out here from the bridge into this direction, and I will put the little map on screen showing where I'm casting, and I was just pulling in bits of rubbish constantly. And of course, amongst all of that rubbish and junk, there was of course pieces of backlash, and you can see that I have actually hooked something, because you can just see I have some tension and stuff going on the line, and then you can see I've pulled in some backlash with weed. Then you have to keep that so that it goes into your backpack, and you just need to do this 5 times over and over again until you have all 5 pieces, and then you'll be able to make the invisible line in order to catch this fish. Now you will catch other pieces of rubbish doing this. I caught rags, plastic bags and lily pads, but eventually I did manage to catch 5 pieces of backlash, and this definitely was the area that worked best for me, so hopefully that might be helpful if you're trying to catch the backlash to actually get the invisible line. And you can see there, mission accomplished, Lone Star invisible line, and now I have the invisible line ready to use for my hunt for the Mad Eye Buffalo. Now after completing that part of the mission, if you head into your missions tab, you'll be able to see there is some new text, and it says now that you've got some invisible line, try to catch the legendary Mad Eye Buffalo. It may take you quite a few tries to reel in the heavyweight 5 kg Mad Eye Buffalo without breaking the old and frail line. The monster lives around the middle of the lake and eats mostly in the early morning, evening, or in the middle of the day depending on the weather. And you can see the rewards there, some decent amount of XP and cash, and also a couple of bait coins, and of course the Mad Eye Buffalo mount. And you can see there in the tasks it says equip the invisible line on a telescopic or match float rod and catch the monster. Now as well, when you actually are just walking around in the map, there'll be a prompt once you have actually activated the mission there on the left hand side of the screen, and you can see it says equip invisible line on telescopic or match float rod and catch the monster. It did also give me a prompt to equip a bigger hook as well, so I took that into account. Now, when I was actually trying to catch this fish on this map, I did also have a couple of extra prompts coming up, as you will have just seen on screen, talking about its habits, as was already mentioned in the missions tab, and about the particular bait that this fish goes for. Now, I already assumed that it was going to go for the same sort of bait as the normal smallmouth buffalo on this map, and when I saw that prompt come up, it was quite a nice thing to actually confirm that I was right in that suspicion, so that was pretty cool. Now, this is the rod I ended up using. It is a match rod, and you'll have been able to see the name of the kit there, but I will also just put it along the bottom of the screen, just in case. This is a DLC rod, as is the rod that I was using earlier to catch the backlash, and that's just because I bought a few DLCs just to get me started in Fishing Planet, just to give me a little bit of a head start. Now, this is the location where I actually was trying to catch him. I was trying both sides of the lake and fishing out towards the middle, but I started off using a telescopic rod and that was no good. The match rod was so much easier because it allowed me to cast out further, and that's what I really needed to do, was to be able to cast out further to get more into the centre of the lake where this fish is said to live. Now, I do just want to mention that I was actually tipped off about this particular location for actually casting to catch this particular monster fish. However, it was very close to where I was trying to catch it anyway, but at that point I was still using the telescopic rod rather than the match rod. So once I finally actually realised that I'd be better off with the match rod, I came back here, and now we're going to try and catch this monster fish. So there we have it, my first ever monster fish here in Fishing Planet, the monster Mad Eye Buffalo. You can see all the rewards I'm getting here, and just what an incredible looking fish. That was such a fun and long and tough fight, and I really enjoyed it, and trying to watch the durability on that line as well, because of that line being frail as was described in the mission. That was just such a cool element, and I really enjoyed this. I definitely want to go and catch all of the other monster fish, because this was just so much fun. And the model for this thing just looks incredible. All of those scars, the missing scales, the blind eye, it's just amazing looking. I am so incredibly impressed with the monster fish in this game, and I just can't wait to go and catch the other ones. For this to be the very first one, I think this is just an incredible fish. And I also really enjoyed the lead up to actually catching this fish, actually having to go and do a little mission in order to be able to do something special to catch a fish that is really unique. I really liked that. I liked that added little bit of sort of challenge to do something. I'm really impressed, honestly, just by Fishing Planet in general. I have been having an absolute blast, and now I know that there's yet more of these things to go and catch. I'm really excited about that. So you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot more Fishing Planet videos, because yeah, it really is an amazing game, and I do actually have to say thank you to everyone who recommended that I go and actually pick this game up for myself and play it for myself, because watching it I never got really hooked into the game, for want of a better phrase, but actually playing it myself, I'm completely hooked. I absolutely love it. It's really fun. It's got a properly steep learning curve for someone like me who's very inexperienced with fishing, but I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, and I want to get really good at this game. And you're going to see I'm going to end up getting a couple levels up from actually catching this fish, as well as, of course, the mission rewards here that you can see, the 2 bait coins, the 2,158 cash, and the 770 XP, as well as the Mad Eye Buffalo mount. Now, I do kind of wish there was like a trophy lodge where you could put these mounts up, because as far as I know, they just go into your inventory from what I've seen, but I think it would be so cool if you could actually like go and walk around a lodge with all of these fish in it, as well as some of your best trophies. But either way, I couldn't be more happy with that. Really cool. And another level up there, as I mentioned, I did get a couple of level ups from actually doing this particular mission. So yeah, this was really awesome. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as I mentioned, thank you to those of you who recommended that I go and actually play this game for myself. I am absolutely loving it, and there will definitely be more videos to come. So thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.